Welcome students. Today our class, during this class we will study about pressure, its definition, concept, its formula, its unit, and then relation of force with the pressure. So pressure. So here it is. What is pressure? First, let's understand the concept of pressure. Pressure is related to the word press. It is related to the word that is called press. And pressure, this one. Pressure is related to the word press. Pressure refers to a force pushing on a surface. It is also force pushing on a surface. For example, when you lean on a wall, you push wall against. You push against the wall and exert pressure on it. So these are some of the examples from our life how the pressure is applied. If you stand on the ground, the force of gravity pulls you down, so the soles of your shoes push down on the ground and exert pressure on it. So these are different. Number one, pressure is related to the word pressure. Press refer to the force pushing on a surface. Example: when you lean on the wall, you are pushing against the wall. Exert pressure on it. When you stand on the ground floor of the force of the gravity pulls you down. So the sole of your shoes push down on the ground and exerts pressure on it. So pressure is the amount of force. So basically, this is the definition of the pressure which we normally use to memorize, which normally we use to understand pressure. Pressure is the amount of force applied on a unit area of the surface of a body. We can calculate it by using this equation. And this equation is a force that is equal to pressure that is equal to force divided by area. And simply it is written as P that is equal to force divided by area. So when you divide force with the area, you look at, and this one is the formula given, force acting per unit area. If you look at this formula, this clearly shows that if you have to define from this formula, it's a very simple force acting per unit area. On what the factor here from this place, we can also understand on what the factor the pressure exerted on a body depends. It depends on force, it depends on area at which the force is applied. And we will see during the next slides, it will be more clear how the pressure and force are related, how the pressure and area are linked together. We can calculate it by using this equation, that is pressure is equal to force divided by area. Unit of force is Newton and the unit of area is meter square. It means that the unit of pressure will be Newton per meter square and also Pascal. We can reduce pressure by reducing the size of the force or increasing the size of the area. If you are supposed to reduce the pressure, then how will you reduce? By the size of the force or increasing the size of the area. If you increase the size of the area, the same amount of force you apply. With this, you will see that the pressure will decrease. But if you increase the more pressure force, more pressure will be there. So this is the relation of two. So Pascal, the force is measured in Newton, area is measured in square meter. As a unit of pressure is Newton per square meter, it is written as Newton per second per meter. The unit of pressure is also called Pascal, and 1 Newton is equal to 1 Pascal and per meter square. Means if you write the formula, that is P that is equal to force divided by area. Write the units of these two quantities separately. Unit of area is meter square, unit of force is Newton, and it will be equal to 1 Pascal if 1 Newton force action and area of 1 meter square, then the pressure exerted by the force will be 1 Pascal. So unit of pressure is also called Pascal, and it's a scalar quantity because it don't have any direction. The pressure is a scalar quantity. The area is measured in smaller unit. We use square centimeter instead of square feet. So what's the relation of force with the pressure? You will study during the next stages. There is a relation of force to the rate of change of uh, pressure is equal to force. So you will derive it mathematically. But this is the simplest concept at this stage when you're writing any formula. P is equal to F divided by A. What's the relation of that force with the pressure? Why does the lady sink in the snow when she is not wearing snowshoes? Why does she sink when she is wearing the snowshoes? Why doesn't she sink when she wears the snowshoes? So this is the conceptual type of the question. What happens? The reason is because the size of the area over which your weight is distributed is different. When it is different, when you are wearing shoes, when you are not wearing shoes. When you wear shoes, basically you increase the size of the area of your foot by you wearing the shoes. So as a result, if the action is more, the reaction will be more. If the action is more, the reaction. So the basic purpose is that the reactional force will be less or more. It will prevent the lady to sink. Your weight is distributed over a small area when you are not wearing snowshoes. Your weight is distributed over a large area when you wear the shoes. Large is the area you see so many times. There are numbers of documentaries where there's for skiing and the people who have to move on the snow surface, they wear flat type of the object so that the more and more the area is more and more, it will be comfortable for that person to move over the snow. Otherwise, he sinks uh, due to the snow, because when you reduce the area, this increases the force, and with the increase of the force the person will sink. But if you increase the area on which the force is acting, it will reduce the pressure and you will be easier, it will be easier for you to walk on the surface of the snow. So it's a very simple type of concept. Lower and high pressure, when it will be lower, when it will be high. When you reduce a lower pressure by increasing area, a force acts on it. You have increased area like snow example. When you produce high pressure by decreasing area, a force acts on it. So for example, the blades of ice skates have a very small surface area so that exert much higher pressure on the ice than ordinary shoes do. So these are some of the examples where some of the applications to lower and high the pressure, when you can low and when you can high the pressure. You use different types of the techniques, basic techniques to reduce. So pressure, what we have done in work out a qualitative idea of pressure. So look at this one. A person is having hand spread over the sheet and he is applying some force. But if he use the finger and with the help of a single finger, if you apply the same force, the result will be different. So here it is. The larger the area is, the lower the pressure. However, if we describe this mathematically, then how will you describe it mathematically? This is P, that is equal to force divided by area. So here it is. This is equal to force, pressure is equal to force divided by this force divided by area. So this is force, it is measured in Newton. This one is area, it is measured in meter square or centimeter square. And this is equal to Newton per meter square and Newton per centimeter square, which is equal to 1 Pascal. So this is the concept of defining the quantity in terms of its unit. So how we can describe this mathematically? This is the formula to describe it mathematically. So let's proceed. That is, create your sentences. Look at this one. Here is a camel and here is a person wearing a shoes. You are given some situation and you are asked to answer this question. The camel has a large feet because why? It is heavy. It lives on sand. Its body must be concentrated. Sand is soft. Its body weight must be spread out. This stops it sinking. This creates lower the pressure. This increases the pressure. So these are different options, and you have to select the correct options. You have few seconds to see and understand which one is the possible answer. Why the camel have the large? Why this camel have a large feet? What's the purpose? What's the benefit he is getting? So let's see the answers. Here it is. It's heavy. It lives on sand, correct. Its body weight must be concentrated, correct. Sand is soft, yes. Its body weight must be spread out, yes. This stops it sinking, of course. This creates lower the pressure. So these are the possible answers. It does not increases the pressure. So here it is pressure examples. A person pushes on a desk with the force of 10 Newton. The contact area of their finger is 1 centimeter square. If you have applied the same force with the help of your finger, then the situation will be different. But if you are pressing with the help of your palm, the situation will be different. And it is defined like this one. So here it is pressure comparison. More less the pressure will be in this case because the force, if you see the formula to calculate pressure is P, that is equal to force divided by area. Area. You see, more is the force, more will be the pressure. But if the area is more like this, the pressure will be less in this case. Mathematically, you are going to prove. Now, the next one is if the area is less, pressure will be more. So this is the mathematical proof when and where you can increase or decrease the pressure on a unit area. Reduce the area, more will be the pressure. And this is the same case in case of wearing a tearing when you use these types of fingers and other types of acrobats and other martial arts. People use different types of the techniques by using increasing and decreasing the pressure area by applying a different type of the techniques which they are expert at that time. So they are able to show off their performance. So this is the basic concept of pressure and how the pressure will increase and how it will reduce. So this was a comparison of pressure. This is the example of a pressure when it will be more and when it will be less. So pressure examples are this one. And then you have compared elephant and uh, camel and a shoe. What's the purpose of wearing shoes and why the camel have a flat or the large feet? So these are some of the examples, and these are basically to understand the pressure. Here is the pressure. On what the factor this pressure depends and what's the unit of that pressure. How will you define 1 Pascal? We have covered the pressure in this class. Hope you people have understood it. I thank you all for your patience.